G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video for you. This time we're going to continue with some more homebrew stuff as we've been doing for a while, and we're going to continue with the Marvel IP as well. We've been doing a lot of different sort of IPs with our homebrew games as well, but we're going to be trying out some great stuff by Canje Studios. He's been working hard putting a whole bunch of different villains together, and so I've just been able to print off a whole bunch of his stuff recently. So we've got his version of the Punisher. So we've played Punisher before on the channel as a villain by Scud with a really fun battle where he's hunting down Kingpin. This is a different version that Canje has put together, and this is going to be he's basically hunting you down. So rather than hunting down a villain and you're sort of trying to reason with him, he's actually hunting you down. He's decided that you've done something wrong, so that's quite cool. We've also got one of the upstarts. We've got Sienna Blaze that Canje has done a villain for as well, so this is quite fun as well. She's sort of flying around the place and wrecking the locations. And he's also been able to produce a lot of, or he's commissioned an artist to do a lot of art for these cards as well, so there's some really cool stuff as well. Just showing off, we've got Toad. He's done Toad, he's done Blob, here you go, we've got Blob as well, and he's done Pyro, so he's done all the Brotherhood guys from that big multi-Brotherhood fight, multi-villain Brotherhood fight. So he's done individual villains for them as well, so they're a lot of fun as well. He's also been working on some of the Acoloytes, so I thought today that's what we're going to have a look at is Fabian Cortez, leader of the Acoloytes. So this is who we're going to go up against for this villain battle. So you can see here we've got the nice quality cards here. These are using Diversion Architect or Dave's what do we call it? InDesign template. So these are looking really nice, really sort of fairly or really authentic looking cards here. So we've shown off a lot of the Helios 23 designs. A lot of the stuff I've been working on has been using that, but if you want to see what the finished product of the InDesign stuff looks like, Canje's been using that to do a lot of his villains, so that's what this ends up looking like. So we'll get started here. We've got some threats here. So we've got Energy Drain. So for, what's his name, Fabian Cortez, he's leader of the Acoloytes, sort of like a branch of human-hating mutants, and they're sort of like one-time sort of devotees of Magneto, but sort of at least in the cartoon I remember sort of Fabian Cortez kind of takes on Magneto and sort of like is actually sort of working to take over his sort of his crew on Asteroid M. Vaguely that's kind of what I remember, and his power is all about manipulating other heroes' mutant powers as well, or other mutants' powers, I guess. It doesn't have to be heroes. So he's quite an interesting battle, actually. We've got Energy Drain here, which he makes the civilians in the location require 2 heroics to be rescued, and you'll notice that that is mirrored by this threat here called Call for Reinforcement. So he, I guess, gets his Acoloytes involved here. So add oh no, sorry, that's not the one I'm looking for. There you go, there is that one though. On a BAM, this adds more thugs to the location, but there is another one here. Here we go. Charged henchman, here we go. So each thug in the location requires 2 damage to be defeated, so these two are sort of similar. You've got to basically spend 2 of your actions to take down or remove each of these different types of tokens here. All of these require the triple heroics to clear those, so we'll just shuffle these up, pop them out in the locations. Speaking of locations, I just tried to sort of put down locations that I sort of associated with the Acoloytes. So we've got Asteroid M up the top here. We're going to use Thor, guy in a cape, as Fabian Cortez. And now, one of the comics I read with the Acoloytes has them sort of capturing, what's her name, Moira McTaggart. So now I don't know if they actually did this in Muir Island or not, but I sort of associate that from the cartoons with Moira. So yeah, we're going to use Muir Island. Genosha, again, I don't really know if that's got anything to do with the Acoloytes, but it sort of seemed like a cool location to use. And then we've got some X-Men centric locations. So we've got the Xavier Institute, and we've got the Hangar Bay and the X-Jet here to sort of fly around and get to these different places. So that's our idea. We'll just pop these out here. So we've got a call for reinforcement here. We've got charged henchmen. We have another call for reinforcement. So there's going to be a lot of thugs filling up these spaces, it looks like. We've got each civilian in this location. So we've got the energy drain. What have we got over here? We've got a charged henchman. So they're in these two spots here. So I'm guessing this is an energy drain. There we go. Pop that there. Now, Mr. Fabian Cortez, I didn't really show him off. I think that's what I normally do, is show off the actual villain dashboard. I haven't done that yet, so apologies for that. I'm sort of doing this all backwards. We have playing with 4 heroes, so we're going to come in with 8 health for Fabian here. You'll see here, now we talked about him affecting other mutants' powers. Let's have a read of this. So just a general sort of note here, when he's one of these villains that plays extra master plan cards face down in the storyline. So when a hero is KO'd, instead of bamming and doing his bam effect again, he plays another master plan card. So he's really trying to race that that deck out, because he doesn't have a villainous sort of plot. So that's basically what he's trying to do, is just get through his deck as quick as possible. Let's have a look at his bam then. So he deals a damage to each hero in his location. Then he also gives a crisis token to 1 hero in the location. So that's important to note, is give a crisis token to 1 hero in the location. Now we've got overflow. So if 1 or more civilians or thugs cannot be added to a location, play a master plan card face down in the storyline. Okay, and so you can see again, that's another way that he's racing through his deck. So if he's damaging us and he's like flooding these spots, that's going to be pretty hard to deal with, because he's going to run out of cards pretty quickly. And as you can see with the threats, those threats are going to be hard to whittle, going to make it hard to whittle down the locations, or at least, you know, the thugs and the civilians there. So it's going to make it quite easy for him to overflow. So yeah, that's going to be tricky. And yeah, you can see that he gives out crisis tokens, and we'll see what that does in just a second. I'm just going to shuffle his deck up here. There we go, because I realised I hadn't done that, so I don't want to forget to do that. We'll pop that there. But we need to come back and have a look here. So heroes with a crisis token must play a hero card with a special effect from their hand on their turn. So if he's given you one of these crisis tokens, this is what happens with them. So if you've got one, in your turn you must play a hero card with a special effect. So that would be, for example, let's have a look at Colossus here. Now we are, surprise, surprise, we're using Colossus. I haven't shown these guys off yet, but he's got a starting hand card, so we know that's going to be a special effect card. So this would be an example of a card. If I had this in hand and I received one of those crisis tokens, I would have to play this or any other card in my hand that had a special effect like that with that extra text. Now, if we do not have a special effect card in our hand, we take 2 damage instead. So it's all well and good if we've got the cards to use, but as soon as we start running out of them, and most heroes tend to have 3 or 4 at most, if we get stuck with a hand without them and we've got a bunch of crisis tokens, then we take 2 damage instead, then discard the crisis token. So it doesn't say to just discard the crisis tokens, you know, at the beginning of your turn or the end of your turn or whatever it might be. So pretty much you're going to be stuck with these crisis tokens until you run out of time, you know, with the special effect cards, and you end up having to play a turn without having one. Then you're taking 2 damage. And then it says, then discard 1 crisis token. So, and if you've got a bunch of them, you're only discarding 1, so you're going to get hit again if you don't have the cards to deal with it. So, another bad thing about that is, because it seems to say here Heroes, if a hero does not have a special effect card in their hand, the hero takes 2 damage instead. So I'm assuming what that means at the beginning of your turn, you take the 2 damage, and if that's enough to KO you, then you're KO'd and you don't get a turn, I'm guessing. So that's quite bad. Now I'm just wondering how that's going to work with, well, I guess we'll see how it goes, but if we get KO'd instead of playing that card, I wonder if that means that the hero doesn't play a card down. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see, and if Canje, if we get it wrong, Canje can jump into the comments and let us know if we got it right or wrong. So yeah. Anyway, so let's get stuck into our mission. We've got 8 health here. Now we have our regular missions. There's no special different missions. There's also nothing on the back of this card. There's no extra special setup or anything like that, so that's good to know as well. So we're going to have a look at Banshee here. So shuffle his cards up, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 3. That's right, we start with 3. Okay, so we have... Now this is, well, sort of lucky, I guess. We've got one of these, so at least we know if we get hit with a one of those options, we're okay here. We've got at least, we've got one of those special effect cards here. Now we've got a starting hand card. We know we need to start with that. Then we're going to shuffle for old Colossus. And 1, 2, we need to draw 2 more cards. So we've got at least one of these special effect cards, and then we've got another one here. So we're okay there. But the problem with them is, even if we've got them in our hands, they might not be the best cards for us to play at that particular point in time. So that's another bad effect of having to have those crisis tokens. All right, so we've got Bishop. So Bishop is going to come with 1 special effect card as his starting hand card, and then we will play another 2. We've got these ones here as well. Okay, so we also have, now this is, I've put Nightcrawler into the team because Nightcrawler seems to be pretty festooned with special effect cards, so he might be quite a good sort of foil for Fabian. So I thought I'd test him out and see how he goes. Alright, so shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. He doesn't have any starting hand cards. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. So we've got a Bamf. Anyone need a lift? So that's where he takes others with him. We've got one where you've got a punch. He has to move, and one where he's got a punch as well. So there you go. Okay, now it might seem like he's pretty good, but what's interesting, I thought this is why he wouldn't be too broken, is that with the crisis tokens you only choose 1 hero to take the crisis token if you're in multiple, like in a location with multiple heroes. But because a lot of his cards make him move, he might not necessarily always be with other heroes. And I'm also assuming that there are going to be, in this deck, there are going to be effects where he puts out crisis tokens to more than just 1 hero. So that's what we'll have a look at. So let's get down to the table and we'll see how old Fabian decides to start things off. Okay, so we'll pop the cards here. We've got our team. Alrighty then. So we've got old Fabian. Pop that down here. Now it looks like I've got a little guy off to the side. I think I'd swapped out that location for Muir Island, so I think we're going to put a civilian here. So definitely seems to be more civilians than thugs, so that might be something worth looking at in terms of where we go. Although the places for getting rid of civilians are over here, or getting rid of those tough ones to get. Interesting. Also, these locations are probably going to fill up with thugs pretty quickly too, with the call for reinforcements, so maybe there's going to be a lot of thugs appearing, so maybe that might be something to bear in mind as well. Anyway, let's have a look at what Fabian is going to do. It says, a taste of my power. Alright, so he's got some sort of special rule here for his movement. We'll just hold that up for a little bit. So this says, so for his first movement, instead of moving a random amount, he's going to go somewhere specific. It says move clockwise to the next location with any hero. So we'll place that there. So, alright, so he's going directly to all of us here. And then it says deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location, then give that hero a crisis token. Interesting. So what I'm thinking is we might deal this damage to, we might deal it to Nightcrawler. Yeah, just because he could probably take having a crisis token. So we'll put the crisis token on Nightcrawler. He's got the 1. Let's just double check this. So he's going to take damage though, so we can't really afford to be taking a lot of this damage. Here we go. Then deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location, then give that hero a crisis token. Alright. So, yep, we'll put that on the bottom of his deck. So we've chosen to take one of these attacking Bamfs, put it at the bottom. There we go. He's got a crisis token. Now, he's not actually dropping any civilians or thugs, and there's no BAM on this card. So, that's about all she wrote for that one. So we've got old Fabian there. Now, let's see. There was no landing effect there that I forgot. No BAMs. Okay, so let's have a look at our first starting hand for Banshee. So Banshee does not need to play his special ability card. Unfortunately, he's got a hand of a single punch, a single wild, a single heroic, and he's got this this one here. So this is a very interesting conundrum that Fabian presents, because you sort of don't want to play your special effect cards because you want to maybe have them in hand to be able to play to avoid taking 2 damage, but then you're also not getting as much out of your turn potentially if you have to play another card. So very interesting. However, Sonic Blast essentially going to be doing 3 damage, 2 damage in your location, sorry, in an adjacent location, and a single damage. We'd sort of be wasting that a little bit because there's only a single thug over this way. There's a single thug here and no thugs here. So without any movement from Banshee, we would be wasting at least one of those punches. So what we might do, let's maybe play this wild. What do we want to pair this up with? Who have we got coming up? We've got Colossus, who's got some organic steel body. He's got a fastball special. He's also got a move and a punch. So perhaps, I mean, it might be good, especially this, I think this might be a healing location, this Xavier Institute, if I'm remembering correctly. So that's probably not a bad one to clear off. Then it makes it easier to start getting rid of these. So maybe we'll do a wild and use it as a heroic here, I think. So let's play Banshee. We're going to stay in the location. We're going to play that heroic, that wild as a heroic. And there we go. Now Colossus, he's not going to really be able to do much. However, we could keep, as long as this card is face up in the storyline, you may ignore 1 damage during each villain turn. However, that doesn't seem like it's going, this is our organic steel body, that doesn't seem like it's going to help us against our power going out of control, because that affects us in our turn. Heroes with a crisis token must play a hero card with a special effect from the hand on their turn. Yeah, and then if not, they take a damage. So that's not going to be as helpful. There are going to be other situations where we might take damage. For example, the overflow. Oh no, that doesn't take damage, sorry. But the regular BAM does. Right. So that could be useful for sort of preventing that. But it also could be helpful holding on to this for a little while. You know what I forgot to do is draw a card for old Colossus. So let's have a look at what he's got. He's got a move and a heroic. Now that actually might be more my speed here. Interesting. Do I want to play the move and heroic? Work on that, or do I want to play... I think I do want to play the heroic. Alright, so let's try this. Let's try... Let's play a heroic here. Although Mr. Bishop's got some interesting stuff as well, doesn't he? Maybe let's play... Let's have Colossus. He's played a heroic, so let's have him move to this location. Let's have him rescue one civilian on the way, so that's one heroic. And he's moved. Let's have him play the other heroic over here. Okay. Right. So we won't play any of them on this card. Let's just have him sort of reduce some of those numbers down a little bit. Right. Then, don't really know what I'm doing here, but let's give it a shot. Alright. So then we've got Bishop with a single heroic. We've got Bishop with a move and a punch. There we go. And we've got Bishop with some energy absorption again. I'm reluctant to play this. They've both got heroics at the bottom of them. We've got one which is energy resistance. As long as this card is face up, I'm assuming this is his starting hand card. Yep. You cannot take any damage dealt from adjacent locations. So that's not going to help us. He deals damage in this location. And then, yeah, that's not going to really help us that much. So, not really the greatest ability against Fabian here. So that can just be one we can save for sort of playing if we have to, but no need to play it straight away. Energy absorption, gain a punch token. You may ignore one damage until the beginning of your next turn. Right, again, which doesn't help us because it's during their turn, or like, I don't know, I'm not sure the timing of that, but he might... that might wear off and then you're supposed to worry about playing the card and then, yeah. Okay, so in that case I'm not too worried about playing those. So I think for our last roll of the dice here for the X-Men team, we're going to play this one here. So this is going to let us move, do a punch and do a heroic. So I think what I want to do is definitely place a heroic down here on this location. Then I would like to head in let's see, I'd like to head in this direction and what have I played? I've got a punch. There's a thug here. I think I'm going to punch this thug because it's just a little bit of a smaller location. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play defeat that thug. So we've played one heroic there. We've played one punch the thug. We've moved once. Do I want to move again? Do I want to move again? No, I don't think I do. I think I want to stay where I am. Okay. Now. So that's their turn done. Now before Nightcrawler gets a turn, Fabian is going to have another turn here. So, here we go. Fabian's going to do this one here. He's going to move one. Okay, we'll hold that back a little bit actually. Can you see that? Alright, so he's going to move 1. He's going to bam. There's no trigger effect here. Okay, interesting. So we move on with the bam. The bam is deal a damage to each hero, so each hero in this location, then give a crisis token to one of them. Alright, so we take a damage for bishop, so let's put that single wild. We're going to put that single wild at the bottom for bishop there. Who's the other one in that location? It's Colossus. So Colossus, we're going to keep his organic steel body there. We're going to put that one there. That could be a useful card coming up, but anyway. Then we've got to give one of them a crisis token. So let's maybe give it to... well, I guess we'll give it to Colossus. Okay. Then we have... so we've give one crisis token to one hero in the location. So each of them taking damage. We've done that. Then we're putting then we're doing bam. So we add one thug to the location for the reinforcement. Then we're doing another thug over here for this reinforcement. Then we're going to place the actual tokens for the cards. We're putting one in each of these, and then we're putting 2 more in this location. So they're filling up very quickly. Alright, that's not good. Okay, so, wowzers. Alright, now, let's see. Now, Nightcrawler's going to draw a card. He's got a crisis token, so let's have a look. Heroes with crisis tokens must play a hero card with a special effect from their hand on their turn. So we've got all 3 have that. We've got need a lift, you must move to any other location. You may bring another hero with us, so we could take Banshee with us. You must move to any other location, so we've got 2 of those where we could take Banshee with us. Or we've got this one where we can do a punch and we don't take anyone else with us, but either way we have to move to another location. So what have we got? We've got a move and a punch here. Right. So interesting. We could, if I play one of these, that's going to, and then we discard the crisis token, so we can get rid of that. If I play that, I could bring us over here, or I could bring us over this way. I feel like this is going to overflow a little bit, so maybe we head this way. But before I do, I'll play the last card there. That's going to clear one of the threats. So we're playing the heroic from Nightcrawler's card there. Would be nice to stay here to heal, but that's not on the cards for what we're allowed to do. So we'll head over here. Now, are we going to take Banshee with us? I think we might. We'll bring Banshee with us. We've also got a punch. So what we might do is we might punch. There's nothing stopping us from punching before we go, so we'll punch there. Okay. Now, it's going to be Banshee's turn. He doesn't have any damage and he doesn't have any crisis token, so it's going to be his turn. He's got a heroic that he can work with there. He's got this Sonic Blast, which we can keep up our sleeve. We do have 2 wilds. Let's use that. We are playing on normal mode here with the wilds, so you can imagine this guy would be even tougher without the wilds. So you can imagine what this battle might be like there. So let's have. Now we could just go all out here. Otherwise, rescuing civilians there is going to get tough. Now I could have moved with Nightcrawler as well, but I think I'll stay there. Alright, so Banshee's going to, is he going to drop all of them on here? Yes, let's do it. So Banshee's going to drop all of that. Okay, we'll put these over here. That's going to clear another threat. So that was with 1, 2, 3 heroics. Now, this says you may rescue a civilian from this location. Well, why not? Okay. Okay, because I was worried about this overflowing, so that's not too bad. Then, let's see. Is that everything? That's everything here. So now we're up to Colossus. Now Colossus, he's got a crisis token. So we're going to draw a card for him. Then he's going to have to play Fastball Special or Organic Steel Body. So we've just drawn a single wild. Okay, that's what his other card is. We will have to play one of these. We'll put the crisis token away. Now, what have we got? We've got 2 heroics here. So we can, I think we've got move another hero from our location to an adjacent location. That hero shows their hands and deals as many punches there as shown on the bottom of their card. So we could do that with Bishop, who's the only other guy in that location, but he doesn't have many punches, so probably not the time to throw a fastball special. So let's make, and also the movement I don't think would be as useful. So let's go with the Organic Steel Body. Okay, so this way we're not suffering 2 damage, which is handy because we've only got the 2 health left. Oh, now we could step in and that's what, maybe that movement would have been good because we could have stepped in and healed ourselves. Interesting. Interesting. But no, I think we'll do it this way because we still don't want to waste the fastball special if we can avoid it. Yeah, alright. So let's go 2 of these are going to make for a double heroic here. Okay, here we go. Then we've got this single punch, so we might use that to punch this thug here, and that's going to hopefully alleviate too much more overflowing here. Alright, interesting. Now before Bishop can take a turn though, we have Cortez. Alright Cortez, what are you up to, buddy? Let's see. And we've got a single punch coming with Bishop, because that's what Colossus has left him. Ooh, you look tired, so move clockwise to the next location with any hero. So he's going to fly around this way. He's clockwise here. Oh no, this is not great at all. Oh, but there's no BAM. Interesting. Okay. Give 1 hero in this location a crisis token. Let's, well, this is where, see, we can rely on old Kurt here. Is it Kurt Wagner? Is that his name? Yeah, why not? Okay, and then, so give him a crisis token. Okay, so we've done that. Then, this is the problem. He's going to put a ton of civilians and thugs down, but the good news is it doesn't quite overflow yet, but it's going to set us up for quite a few overflows, I think, coming up. I think we're going to get a bit of a cascade here. 1, 2, 1, 2, and did I put 1 out there? I don't think I did. Alright, let's put 2 out here. 1, 2, because there's 1 of each in each of the locations around him. Now luckily though, the BAM didn't go off on these 2 locations, so we didn't get another one going out. That would have caused an overflow here, but we're very full up around here now, aren't we? So this is not good. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got Bishop. Bishop does not currently have a crisis token, so he can have a regular turn. He's just drawn himself a single heroic there. He's also got his energy resistance and energy absorption. Right, and what have we got? We're sitting here and we've got the punch over here. Do I just go with a... Well, look, either way, I'm just going to get a single heroic out of the bottom of my cards here, so that's not the big choice. The energy absorption would be gain one punch token, and then I can ignore a damage until the beginning of my next turn. So not too bad, but I think I can get away with this. I mean, it would be handy to gain that punch and maybe take an extra one out, but let's try. So we've got a star and a punch. If we can sort of hold off getting KO'd as long as possible, that's good, but I wonder if I'm letting that hamper me too much. So very interesting decision space here with Fabian. All right, so and you can imagine what it would be like without old Kurt here too. So what are we doing? So we're let's finish this off. We definitely want to do that. So now this is interesting. This is going to give us some more options here too. Bingo, bingo. And then we've got a punch. Now there are no charged henchmen here, so we can take out a single thug without too much bother there. Now I'm a bit worried that we're not flying through this fast enough, so we might need to spend a turn or two hammering this, shouldn't we? Alright, so, and then we need to get started on the last clear threat as well. Alright, so speaking of getting started, let's have a look at the next turn. We have Kurt. So Kurt is going to draw a card. He does have a crisis token, so he's going to have to play something with a special effect, but he's got that already. Now, interesting, I guess technically Nightcrawler's effects, are they called mandatory effects? So I'm wondering now, I'm second guessing myself, I wonder if, I suppose it is his mutant power though, isn't it? So I guess it's a special effect, it's a mandatory special effect. So I'm assuming I'm still allowed to use these cards. Alright, so we've got a couple more of those Anybody Need a Lift cards. And we've got a couple of heroics. So let's see, what could we do? Oh, I'm supposed to take a token here for, who was it? Who ended their turn there? Bishop. Let's give him, I'm thinking I want to give him a punch for that sort of end game, hunting down old Fabian. Right. Nightcrawler. Let's head... You know what? Let's heal. So let's head... Let's take Nightcrawler. And let's take Banshee. We've got a couple of heroics. So let's rescue these two from that location. Pop them down there. Then take our two friends. Anybody need a lift? Okay, we're going to end here. That's going to allow Nightcrawler to heal. So we'll draw another card. Gives him one more. Okay. Now. Okay. Okay, we've done that. What have we got? 1, 2, that's 2 cards. So now we're looking at one more turn. Is that right? So we're, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we've got, must be Banshee's turn again. Okay. We're going to draw a card for Banshee. Now, where are you, Banshee, and what are you up to? Again, we could save that Sonic Blast. Boy, oh boy, Banshee, you don't seem to be getting a lot of double actions, do you? This is really slowing us down. Okay. Right. Now, if I just play this single one here, I haven't left myself in a very good spot for working on these. I could play the punch, and then, but then I'm not really healing very much here. I could head over this way with a movement and start working on one of these. I might do that actually. Right, okay. Oof. Oh boy. And wish I had those. Wish I had the fastball special the other way around. Another hero from your location. Who's standing with me? Oh man, old Bishop doesn't seem to be very useful with this fastball special, does he? So, are we going to move here and rescue? Yeah, let's do it. Let's move and rescue, keep this location from getting too full up. Although sticking together with thingy could mean, he seems to have a lot of things where he lands on your location, goes directly to you, so if I keep them together he can sort of take the crisis token, but I guess I've got a card up my sleeve for that, so maybe that's not too bad. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Okay, now Fabian, what's he up to? He's going to... Bum-ba-da-bum. Uh-oh. He's going to go... Oh no, this is not good. Alright, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He is not bamming though, interestingly. So this doesn't... Oh, there's only one bam left, isn't there? There's only the one. Okay. So interesting. So he doesn't bam... Oh, wow. Okay, so he's going to fly around this way. He's going to put out 2 civilians, but luckily we cleared that 1 civilian. It's handy. And he's going to put 1 in each adjacent location though. 1 and 2. Right. Okay. Alright, who's up next? Old Colossus. Now Colossus, what are you going to do, buddy? You've got 2 fastball specials. Luckily you don't have a crisis token on you though. So he's got the two fastball specials, which again are going to be pretty useless with Bishop here. He needs to draw some punches. Alright. I could stay here and gain a token, but I would like to heal. That would be handy. And I've got a movement over here. Oof. Alright, well let's play this. Let's go in with a move into here. We'll rescue another civilian, and I think this is right. Okay, so move in, rescue another civilian. We'll heal up. Got ourselves a single punch. Boy, oh boy, I don't remember these characters having so many singles. Alright. Makes me feel like I'm designing my homebrew heroes a bit too powerful, because I think they've got too many double actions at the bottom of their cards. Alright. Alright, so Bishop. I would like to get in a position where I can put a few of these down too, so let's have a look here. Bishop's got a single punch. Wow, a double punch. Boy, I would like to be playing a double punch to take those 2 out. I would also like to step in here with Colossus's Wild to heal up. Gain a punch token. See, the thing is now with Bishop, I wouldn't mind interesting. I wouldn't mind stepping in here to heal up. And also, the other thing is, regardless if I move or not, I think I want to use one of these cards with a star, but they're both my special action cards because I want to give as many stars as I can to Nightcrawler and Banshee to finish this off. Whew. Interesting. Is it worth playing one of these now? May ignore damage. Boy oh boy, do we play one of these now for old Bishop? I do want to get rid of that pretty quickly. Let me think about this. If I play this here, I can step in, heal, and I can rescue this guy, for example. That puts us at 1. Then it gives us another heroic for these guys to work on. Yeah. Because it gives us at least 2 we could place here. And then Banshee, do you have any stars? You've got at least 1 star. Right. Okay, let's do it. Let's step in. We'll rescue this civilian here. We'll play this card here. Interesting. We're going to give ourselves another punch token for old Bishop. Then we're going to use the heroic or the wild to move in. So moving in, we're rescuing, moving in here, and then healing up for Bishop. So we'll draw another card, and he's got a move and a punch. Okay, now we've got one more action or one more turn coming up with Nightcrawler, I think. Yep. Right. So I think we've got to draw a card for Nightcrawler because he had 3 to start with. So we've got another one of these. I'm going to use this heroic. So he's going to bamf. So he's going to move. Now he can move others with him. Interesting. Move to any other location. You may bring another hero with you. Alright, bring another hero, so not both. Let's maybe move Colossus, get him away from... Although Bishop, now look at Bishop. Bishop's got these for days, but I suppose if we take Colossus with this, there's also a Banshee who's got some punches too, potentially. So let's take Colossus, I guess. Does that make sense, maybe? I don't know. Alright. Take Colossus. There we go. Although Colossus might need to be a bit further around here for when Fabian's moving around. We'll see, we'll see. Now. So, what have we got? We've got 2 of these heroics. So, let's put a... Considering that we know we want... We could put 1 heroic down here and rescue 1 civilian. Oh, no, but that's going to put us under pressure. But maybe that's not too bad. I think we're going to go under pressure either way. Alright. So we'll put 1 down, yeah, 1 down and do that. Okay. Now. Boom, 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 boom. That's the end of that. Alright, what's Fabian going to do to us to mess up our plans here? He's going to move clockwise to the next location with any hero. So he's going to Bishop. Uh-oh. Where is he? Here he is. Oh, I should have left maybe Colossus there to sort of deal the... Like, you know, be able to choose which way this is going, but deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location, then give that hero a crisis token. Right. Crisis token. Okay, this is not good. Okay, crisis token, and we deal a damage. Now, what's that last thing I had here? Ugh. You may, so gain a punch token, you may ignore 1 damage until the beginning of your next turn. So he hasn't had a turn yet. Until the beginning of your next turn. So in this particular case, we can deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location. So we can prevent that damage. Well, that's alright, so, but we do take the crisis token. Okay, alright, we got lucky there, Whew, okay. Boy oh boy, who's up next? It must be Banshee. Alright, Banshee. Interesting. 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, so now we are under pressure though, aren't we? So I've got to put these over here. Remind myself that we're under pressure. Okay, draw a card for Banshee. I don't have a crisis token on Banshee, so I can play what I like. And what have we got? Well, let's do this, because we've got a heroic and a heroic. Okay. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's cleared that one there. So now Fabian is vulnerable. We just have to be able to hope that, because I've noticed the other thing too, for example, if I'm forced to play this card here with Bishop, that's going to be me using a heroic rather than a punch. And if I don't have this left and I've just got punches, then I still get KO'd, don't I? Interesting. Or I get hit twice, I guess hit for 2, so maybe it's good that we've healed Bishop up. Alright, let's see how we go. Now, well, we got lucky that he didn't put any more tokens down, because that's bought us a little bit of time. Alright, so we've done that, we've done the 2 heroics, we've cleared that. It says we can move to any other location. But I'm thinking with Colossus going next, how does this fastball special work? Move another hero from your location to an adjacent location. Yeah, so we want... Who's in our location? We've got Kurt as well. Oh boy, hold on a second. We've got Kurt here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I was thinking Banshee has a ton of these. So he's got 1, 2, 3. But if we throw Kurt, that might be better. So what I'm thinking is maybe we move Banshee to be over here, because then Colossus can potentially step in as well. Because Colossus has these 2. He's got his fastball special. He's going to draw a card. Oh, he gets another fastball special. He's just going to be tossing people for days. Alright, so let's move another hero from your location to an adjacent location. So let's do this. Alright, so he's going to pick up Kurt and throw him into this location. Now, how does this work? Move another hero. Okay, that hero shows their hand and deals as many punches as there are shown at the bottom of their card. So that's 4 punches. So that's pretty good. Alright, so that's 4 damage straight up on old Fabian. Takes a blue mutant to the face. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have 4 left. Okay, then Colossus can also step in, and he might rescue, before he steps in, he's going to use this heroic to rescue that, just to keep, because the X-Gen is a bit of a small location there, isn't it? So it could overflow pretty quickly. Alright, so we're stepping in. Wow, that was pretty good. Okay, now, who's next? Nightcrawler. Oh, wow. Okay, so Nightcrawler is going to... No, it's not Nightcrawler. My apologies. It is, in fact, Mr. Bishop. Now Bishop is forced to, he's got a crisis token, so Bishop's going to have to draw a card. Now it says here, heroes with a crisis token must play a hero card. So it's not like I could choose to say, oh, you know what, I'm going to choose to take 2 damage and still play my double punch. I'm not allowed to do that. I have to play my special effect cards. Now I've got 2 of them. Turns out I think I must have drawn one just then. I think I must have drawn another one of those. Okay, so, well, let's put the crisis token back since we're playing that. We'll put Colossus's cards back here. We've got 2 punch tokens. I think one was from the energy absorption and one was from the Hangar Bay. So, where are we? We've got a movement here that we can use. We've got a heroic. So we may as well rescue this civilian just to sort of keep that location down. We have to play one of these. We could play the... oh, I thought I had another... Oh yeah, energy resistance. We could play the energy resistance, but we won't do that. Right, so let's play this one. That's going to give us another... So we gain this punch token, so we may as well gain it now. Oh wow, this is going to put us right on the doorstep of victory. So we've got 3 punch tokens in total. We're playing this. We've done the heroic already. We've rescued that 1 civilian. We're going to punch Fabian 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Where's his health? Here it is. 1, 2, 3. Leaving him only with the 1 left. So I think we're knocking on the door here. He could do a bunch of you know, drops and things like that, and gain a few of these cards face down. But I think with this many cards, I think we're looking good. All right. So as you can see, I think Nightcrawler is quite the foil for Fabian here. So. Unless there's also a possibility I've made a massive mistake somewhere with the rules and I invalidated this game turns ago, but hopefully I haven't done that. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes, I have invalidated. Oh, I have invalidated it. Not turns ago, but just last turn, because let's put those cards back. So we've got. So hold on, I must have drawn that. Let's put that back on the top there. I must have drawn that there because you know what I forgot? We're at what do we call it? Under pressure. So let's put the 3 health back. Poor old Fabian's like, I demand a recount. This is this is not kosher. All right, here we go. So pop that there. Colossus was... So Colossus had his turn. We've got to put the civilian back. Civilian goes here. And we had only the 3 cards there. We did have a crisis token on here as well. And Fabian gets to move. Okay, Fabian gets to have a turn, so... I think we're all good apart from that. Yep. Okay. So apologies. Here we go. What's Fabian got up his sleeve to try and foil us this time? Is he going to get around to the other side? No, he's going to come straight for us. Move clockwise to the next location with any hero. So he's going to fly right around. And he's going to, you are all beneath me. Ah, now this is interesting. Give each hero in this location a crisis token. So, alright. And luckily though, there's no BAM. And there's no... token dropping. So here we go. So 1, 2, another one for Bishop and another one for Nightcrawler. Okay, so let's play our turn like we were going to. So we draw that same card, place that down. We lose 1 of our crisis tokens for Bishop, but he's still got another one there. Okay, which means if we come around to his turn again, he's pretty much going to have to play this one. So we're going to need Colossus. I think it's going to be over by then anyway, but Colossus we would need to make sure plays some sort of punch if we can. And considering, actually, you know what? He's got these too. So he's not going to be able to play a punch, but I don't think that's going to matter. So I think we're still going to take him down. So we play that, we gain our extra punch token, we play the 3. So we're back where we started. Yep, play the 3. So that's 3 punches. He's got 1 left. We will rescue this civilian. Alright, so we had the same turn, we just needed to make sure that we gave Fabian his chance. Alright. So we've got 1 more card. Can we take him out? We've only given ourselves a heroic here. So who's up next? It's Kurt. Well, if anyone... Oh, here we go. If anyone's going to take down Fabian, it's going to be Kurt. Right, so Kurt has to... Look at this hand of punches. Oh, mate, Fabian doesn't know what's hit him. Alright, so we put that away. We do have to play one of these because we do have a crisis token. So, boy oh boy, should we hit him with 1 punch or 2? I mean, we could hit him with 3 heroics and just extend the game out, I guess, a little bit. But no, let's use the Banff and our feeder scene. Our feeder scene? Alright. So, where are you? Here he is. Alright, so Kurt goes, surprise, and knocks him out. And that's 1 heroic. There's no one to rescue there. Although I guess technically he could punch him out, do the 2 damage. We'll put that over there. And I guess he could technically, I don't know if that instantly ends the game, but maybe he could Banff into another spot. And rescue these 2 from Asteroid M before it crashes. And there you go. Well, Fabian Cortez, there you go. Very interesting villain. Really changes up the way that you sort of think about how to play your cards and that sort of thing as well. I think we got quite lucky there. I think playing with the normal mode, giving us a few options, like, you know, because we were having a lot of really tight sort of turns where we didn't have a lot of actions and that sort of thing. Being forced into playing these cards, if you've got the crisis tokens, was really interesting, and then also made you think about sort of trying to hold on to them as well, and not playing your best cards. So giving you like a bit of a slow start out the gate sort of thing as well is interesting. I guess you could try the other way and really try and race out and use all your big powerful effect cards to sort of like race the game early, but then if you sort of are stuck in a situation, then when you're copying a lot of these tokens, you're going to be taking some big hits. So yeah, very interesting. I think if we have a look at some of his other cards here, look at this. We sort of were very lucky we didn't get some of his bigger sort of token drop cards as well. That one would have been quite a nasty one. Yeah, but he's got a lot where he just sort of goes straight for you. Give each hero in this location a crisis token, so even if you're trying to sort of be a bit clever with Kurt and be the one, you know, have someone like him running around taking all the hits, sometimes you're not going to be able to do that. So yeah, very, very cool. So I highly, highly recommend you check out Canje Studios designs. He does some really cool villains. Really eager to see what he's got up his sleeve for the other Acoloytes as well. Yeah, you know, like definitely Punisher. He's a really fun, very brutal character. So I'm looking forward to trying to take another run at him. Throws a lot of sticky bombs and stuff at you. It just causes you to have a lot of strife all day. So he's pretty cool. We've got the Brotherhood. Don't know if I've played Pyro actually. Not sure if I've played him. Played him in the Rogues Gallery, Dave's Rogues Gallery, and he's really nasty in that. Blob's quite a really tough fight, really sort of like endurance match, and then Toad's one of my favourites. He's really fun. He sort of bounces around all over the place and just is a very chaotic villain. So he's really cool. He's very cool. So yeah, he's got a lot of dice movement. He's sort of inspired my One Piece Garp battle with the dice rolling there for sort of random location placement and that sort of thing as well. So yeah, lots of fun, lots of fun. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope that was a fun battle for you to watch. Yeah, great to see Dave's InDesign templates in action as well, and you can see what great sort of quality the cards look like there. Very, very cool. And looking forward to getting more games to the table. So still got to play some more One Piece, get some more Helios 23's designs on the table as well. Amongst this really cool set of cards that I've got printed off, I finally have the new cards for Cameron Hodge as well. So very, very excited and encouraged to hear that some people tried him out, or at least one person did, and reported back on Facebook saying that he enjoyed the battle and found it quite fun. So that was really, really encouraging to hear. So I'd like to sort of maybe film another battle with Cameron Hodge here on the table here, just to sort of show off his new features and how his his battle plays out, because it is a little bit different to what the last time I had shown him off on the table here. So yeah, hopefully get some more battles happening. Anyway, well, thank you very much, guys. Hope that was good fun, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Maple Monkey out. See ya.